Muito bom dia a todos, sejam bem-vindos à nossa meditação das 5 horas. Para começar o dia com leveza, com suavidade, com proteção e com muita conexão com Deus Todo-Poderoso dentro e fora de nós. Já estamos acomodados, cada um aí no seu cantinho de meditação. Nós vamos fechar os olhos, abrir as mãos, abrir o coração, trazer a nossa atenção para dentro de nós e respirar. Esse ato divino e mágico que nos mantém vivos e que aciona o nosso sistema nervoso central, canal da calma, canal do sossego, do equilíbrio. Só o fato de colocarmos a atenção no ar que entra e no ar que sai, já vamos nos acalmando, porque essa é a natureza do canal central. Presta atenção no ar que entra e sai. E vamos sentindo uma conexão mais profunda com nós mesmos, percebendo o estado de presença, relaxando toda a musculatura da face, dos ombros, do pescoço, diafragma, os pés tocando a Mãe Terra e sentindo seu suporte amoroso. Nossa atenção vai para o Muladhara Chakra, como de praxe, porque precisamos de um bom alicerce, de um bom suporte, para que nossa Kundalini possa ascender, ultrapassando todas as barreiras que porventura existam em cada um dos nossos chakras. E nós pedimos, Mãe, por favor, a Senhora, que também corporifica os poderes de Shri Ganesha, regenera e transforma nosso Muladhara Chakra, por favor. Vamos entoar o mantra Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesha, és a inocência, és sabedoria, és discernimento, és equilíbrio, és alegria, és humildade. E eu também, porque sou o puro Espírito. Nossa atenção vai subindo suavemente pelo canal central até chegar ao Sahasrara. E em completa yoga, completa união com Deus, nós vamos ouvir uma oração que foi proferida por Shri Mataji. Vamos nos preparar, fixando a nossa atenção no Sahasrara, para que as vibrações dessa oração inundem completamente o nosso ser. Prece para Deus Todo-Poderoso, por Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Abre aspas. Vocês devem orar a Deus e pedir-lhe o que vocês quiserem. Peçam a completa satisfação em meu coração, alegria em meu coração, felicidade em meu coração, de forma que o mundo inteiro se torne cheio de felicidade. Dá-me amor, amor de forma que eu possa amar o mundo inteiro e que o mundo inteiro se torne unificado pelo amor. Dá, ó Senhor, a salvação para a humanidade inteira que está sofrendo. Abriga-me, ó Senhor, sob os teus pés, purifica-me com o teu amor. Shri Mataji continua, assim, se existe Deus ou não, vocês poderão senti-lo. Dentro de vocês mesmos, Deus é capaz de ouvi-los. Ele é a glória de todas as glórias. Ele os ama, Ele os protege, Ele os guia. Ele os criou para que vocês fossem realmente o seu amor, mas vocês devem aceitar esse fato. Em todos os momentos em que quaisquer pensamentos vierem a vocês, orem. Agindo assim, vocês começarão a se mover no caminho daquele oceano que é a mente subconsciente, a qual se inicia com a consciência sem pensamentos. Se vocês não conseguirem ficar sem pensamentos, então peçam a Deus. Perdoa-me pelo que fiz e perdoa aqueles que me fizeram algum mal. Fecha aspas. Essa oração foi proferida em Bombaim, Índia, em 9 de fevereiro de 1975. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Que não haja obstáculos. Vamos agora, com toda a nossa atenção e respeito, ouvir as palavras de Shri Mataji sobre a composição da nossa natureza, sobre os elementos dos quais somos feitos.
For search yogis now, it's very easy to find out if something is real or unreal, it is truth or untruth, it is love or hate. Only through vibrations you can know. But going beyond that, I am saying, beyond that one has to know what are these vibrations and what are they made of. what is the subtle force which is behind those vibrations? We call it is Param Chaitanya, all right, Param Chaitanya is over. What happens to you when you get Param Chaitanya is something to be understood, the subtleties. As I said, we are made of 5 elements. All right? So when you get your awakening, when the Kundalini reaches Sahasrara and opens out your fontanelle bone area, you become one with the divine power, then this divine power itself starts flowing through you. A connection is established. Now when it starts flowing through you, this Shakti starts flowing through you, then what happens? The subtle part we should understand. The subtle part is like this, that these 5 elements we are made of, these vibrations gradually start breaking into the subtler form of which they are made. So the first thing such a person has is the breaks. You see, as it is said that word is God, said also in the Bible. The word is God. Now what is this word? Word is a silent, you can say, silent commandment. You can call it like that. But from that word comes, according to Indian philosophy, is another thing that we call as Bindu. Or we can say word becomes Nad, is a sound. And then it becomes the Bindu, means one small dot, you can say. And then from this dot, you see, all these 5 elements start coming one after another. The first element that comes out is light, Tej, light, is the first element that comes out. So the essence of the first element is light. We call it Tej, Tejas. It's written, of course, in Sanskrit, but we should understand that how the light pervades Sahaja Yoga so much, and you see the light all everywhere. So the first element, which is light, and you can say in English, the light's subtle thing is, you can say, enlightenment, you can say. But enlightenment has another meaning. So we can say it's Tej. For example, a person who gets realization has a face which is very radiant. So you can say the radiance. The radiance is the subtlety of the light. So this radiance starts showing on your face. Radiance starts expressing itself. And with that radiance, people get impressed. And they start thinking something special about this personality which has radiance. Now you have seen my photographs also, wherever they are. Many a times you find lots of light up. That is nothing but the light in me is giving radiance, because the light becomes subtler. When the light becomes subtler in me, light is one of the elements. When it becomes subtler, then it gives radiance. And so, this is the subtle growth within you that takes place. Your faces also start shining. They too have radiance, and they too have a kind of a different complexion, I would say. This radiance is to be understood is the subtle of the light, of which we are made, light, in the gross manner. Then after this, from the light, comes the second thing, which we call as Vayu in Sanskrit, meaning the air. So the air that we have, which is gross air, what is the subtle of air? It is cool breeze that you get. The cool breeze is the subtle of that air. So the subtle of what you understand as cool breeze is what we call vibrations. The subtle of that is air, which is a part and parcel of our making. So this cool breeze is the second thing that you start getting subtler and subtler. When your growth takes place, all these subtle things start expressing themselves. It's not only that you get vibrations, but you get the cool breeze, and that is the subtle of air that has built you. Then comes the water. We are also made of water. What is the subtle of water is sometimes English language, becomes little short of expression, but they call it, which makes the skin, hard skin soft. The skin becomes soft. This is another sign of a realized soul, that his there's some cream they use, isn't it, to soften the face. But is the water in us gives us it's the minimum of minimum, I would say. But then a person who is a realized soul becomes a very soft person, very delicate. When he talks to somebody, in his voice there is warmth, or I should say there is, कहते हैं ना अपने आप पानी, हिंदी में कहते हैं पानी होना. They to have that flow, watery flow and coolness of the water. So that is the another subtle thing that should be expressed in your behavior, on your skin, on your dealings with others, that you should be like the water, which is mobile, which is cooling, which is soothing, which is cleansing. So this also becomes a part and parcel of your being once you become a realized soul. With this water you have also another thing, we call it as Agni, means the fire. So you also have fire, but it's a very silent fire. It doesn't burn anybody, but it burns all the wrong things within. Whatever wrong things you have, it burns, and it burns the wrong things in other people also. For example, a person comes with a great anger towards you. What happens that this anger becomes cooled down with the fire that is there. Moreover, a realized soul cannot get burnt. Fire cannot burn. The burning cannot come to him. It's very important to understand. Also, if you are doing something wrong, it may burn you. But if you are a good Sahajogi, and I should say a perfect Sahajogi, fire will never burn. We have an example of Sita ji, that she went into the fire pit, nothing burnt. So this is what one has to understand, that once you get to the subtleties of the fire, so the fire and the water, both of them become sort of divine. For example, the water which you touch, water you drink, whatever you put your hand in the water becomes vibrated. means what? The subtlety of the water comes in it. The coolness, curing power also comes in that water. So when it becomes subtler, all these powers start showing, which you can see for yourself. You don't have to experiment. Then the lastly is the Mother Earth. It's most important, is Mother Earth. There's a photograph you might see which was taken in Russia in my dacha, where the Kundalini is in the Mother Earth. They've clearly. It's there. And it is the Mother Earth which shows. For example, I've seen flowers. If you keep them in my room, they blossom. They can become very big like that. Never people have seen such big flowers. Sometimes they say, I'm doing nothing, I'm just sitting down, and what happens to the flowers? You see, now there, this principle of the Mother Earth works. The subtle Mother Earth works. It's a mother. And that gives you all the nourishment and makes you grow healthy. And this is how this subtlety works of the Mother Earth. Mother Earth is the one who is a giver of birth to all these flowers and all these trees and all that. But it also plays a big part in us. It's not only the Mother Earth that exists without our connection. And we do not respect the Mother Earth. We have polluted it, we have done all kinds of things, we have removed the trees and we have made a mess out of her, but she is our mother. And so many subtle things of this Mother Earth come into us. One of them is gravity. A person becomes very attractive, not in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. Such a person attracts others. They feel attracted and they feel that something special is about this person. This is one of the quality of the Mother Earth. If she had not kept us attracted, we would have fallen off with her movement. And also other qualities of the Mother Earth also start manifesting within us, and we become very, I should say, extremely tolerant, patient person. Tolerant and patient. Extremely tolerant and patient. But if you are not tolerant, if you are hot-tempered and all that, that Mother Earth principle has not expressed itself. Look at the Mother Earth, how much she tolerates our nonsense, how many wrong things we do against her, but still she tolerates. Sri Ganesha's quality is to tolerate, to begin with. Up to a point he tolerates. In the same way, we too become extremely tolerant, patient and forgiving.
Agora vamos meditar, nos entregar à conexão com Deus Todo-Poderoso, que é promovida pela nossa Kundalini, que se desloca do nosso osso sacro e vai unindo todos os nossos chakras, todos os elementos dos quais somos feitos, até desaguar no nosso Sahasrara. Primeiramente com os olhos abertos e depois um pouco mais com os olhos fechados. água, terra, ar, fogo é a nossa natureza, a natureza da matéria. Mas somos muito mais. Somos o espírito. Vamos chegando ao final do nosso encontro de hoje. Para finalizar, vamos entoar o grande mantra do Sahasrara, que coopera para que possamos sentir fortemente a união, a yoga, no topo da nossa cabeça, no nosso Sahasrara. Em seguida, vamos elevar a Kundalini, fazer os bandhas de proteção, agradecer por esse momento, pelo dia que se inicia. Muito obrigada pela companhia de todos e até a próxima.
Shri Sahasrara Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji. 'Shri 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 'Sh